Good evening and welcome to the very first edition of UBC News Tonight on this 14th of December 2025. My name is Moureen Babirye with my colleague Mohammed Mogalu on sign language. But first, let's see what's making the headlines. President Museveni commends Kampala business community for facilitating access to markets. President Museveni donates 85 billion Uganda shillings to saloon operators and beauty professionals. FDC candidate Nathan Nandala Mafabi promises to tarmac Muhanga Kisizi Road to ease access to Kisizi Hospital. And Mbale Club's Robert Masaba emerges overall best. Thank you for joining us once again. Now, in our first report, President Yoweri Museveni has commended the Kampala business community for ensuring national stability and peace. He emphasized peace in facilitating access to domestic, regional, and global markets. He was addressing the inaugural Kampala Business Forum in Kampala.
15 to 5%. No other country.
President Yoweri Museveni has applauded the Kampala business community for supporting government initiatives of economic transformation. He was officiating the first Kampala Business Forum at Serena Hotel in Kampala.
You are the middle class. People who depend on what we call profit. Profit is the difference between the cost of production and the final price. That is the profit. Katumwe ekibayimirizawo akagamba ako ka profit. You are profit makers.
The president reaffirmed the government's commitment to infrastructure development and market access.
It is easier to deal with the infrastructure, especially the railway, and more of the power dams, so that we really have low costs of, I'm glad we have reached that 5 cents per kilowatt hour. For some industries, we should reach for all manufacturers. That's what we are aiming at, not just for the big ones.
He commended the business community for its significant contribution to national security and stability.
The middle class, the bourgeoisie, we are part of the French Revolution. Get a name, sorry, Yabami, because it was the feudalists who had those taxes. To call your name, sorry, yeah. So therefore, what we are seeing here is you, the new middle class, coming up and discovering the interests of integration, of a united Uganda, and also, by implication, a united East Africa.
The Kampala business community appreciated the business environment created by the government.
Excellency's leadership has connected dots of national development like a master planner, ensuring no sector grows in isolation. These are the gains, and I repeat, these are the gains that we must protect.
Once you have peace, you can do anything you want. We have been able to do our business, progress in business because of the peace which he has provided.
The forum members resolved to support President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni's re-election in the upcoming 2026 general elections to safeguard the progress made in the business ecosystem.
And recognizing the central importance of continuity, peace, security, and predictable leadership to Uganda's economic future, the Kampala Business Forum 2025 formally resolves to support the protection of national gains, the deepening of stability, and the acceleration of inclusive economic transformation. Accordingly, Your Excellency, the Forum, representing the diverse business organizations across Uganda, formally endorses His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni for President of the Republic of Uganda 2026 to 2031. Thank you, Your Excellency.
So I congratulate you, and I welcome your endorsement.
The theme for the inaugural Kampala Business Forum was the power of collaboration, public-private partnerships for national transformation. Abdu Nasili Lubwama for UBC.
That by the time it's time to take the picture.
Thank you for that report. Now, President Yoweri Museveni has pledged to instruct the Chief of Defense Forces, General Muhoozi Kainerugaba, to step security surveillance on Uganda's water bodies, to begin with Lake Albert, where Uganda's fishing communities have security challenges cross over from DRC. This commitment comes when the president was addressing a joint campaign radio talk show in Bunyoro region at State House for Bunyoro sub-region at State House, Nakasero. During this interaction, the president also highlighted the need for East African integration and wealth creation for Ugandans. Apologies for that technicality. We'll return to that story shortly after this one. Now, President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni has donated 85 billion Uganda shillings to saloon operators and beauty professionals across the country to strengthen the informal sector through organized saving groups. The funding will empower 850 savings and credit cooperative organizations, SACCOs, operating under the Federation of Uganda Saloon and Beauty Professionals.
While launching the federation at an event held at Kololo Independence Grounds, President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni commended saloon operators for embracing local innovation.
I'm glad that you are making your own definition of the materials you use to enhance the beauty of our people.
Ndi musanyufu nti kati mwekolera ebikozesebwa byammwe bye mukozesa okulongoosa n'okunyiriza abantu baffe.
A big service.
Buno buweereza bunene,
especially as the population grows and urbanization takes place.
Era engeri abantu gye beeyongera obungi ate n'ebibuga nga byeyongera okukulaakulana.
And people get busy
abantu ne batandika okuba nga bali bize nga bakola nnyo.
So you need somebody to we already had the kimyozis. We already had the kimyozis, even in the 1950s, kimyozis.
Under the initiative, each SACCO is set to receive 100 million Uganda shillings as seed capital, thus enabling members to access affordable credit to expand their businesses.
I'm very happy to see what you are doing, and we shall support you.
Ndi musanyufu nnyo okulaba bye mukola era President agambye agenda kubawagira.
That figure you suggested can be raised in a year. The 100 million per SACCO, and the SACCOs are 850. Because the financial year has started, we shall see what is still there, then we can give you this time, then we plan better.
Mr. Museveni also promised to support the Federation in acquiring a formal address to enhance coordination and recognition. Mr. Museveni emphasized that government support will prioritize Ugandans who are organized in circles, noting that the revolving model has proven effective in wealth creation.
This concept of revolving funds will solve many problems.
Embeera eya sente okuba nga zigenda ne zidda nga ziri mu SACCO ne zigenda ne ziyamba abantu ne zidda egenda kuyamba n'okugonjoola ensonga nnyingi nnyo.
That's why the PDM is a good example, because somebody gets the money, uses it, after 2 years brings it back at low interest, and another one uses it. It's very good, it's very easy.
Kubanga omuntu afuna essente n'azikozesa emyaka ebiri bwe giggwako ate n'azizzaayo omulala n'azifuna naye n'akola.
So we are going to spread that everywhere.
Tugenda kukola enkola eyo mu buli sekita.
Here in the hair salon, because for PDM we give them 2 years because they are growing crops which take time and then you harvest. But yours is faster.
Naye mmwe ekyammwe kyanguwa.
So you'll have to look maybe 1 year or something.
Muzeyi ndowooza ffe ng'abakulembeze nga tetunakuwuliriza ne tutandika kusinkana bano abantu tetugenda kuyamba eggwanga lyaffe. Tulina kusinkana bano be batambuza eggwanga.
The Minister for Youth and Children Affairs, Balambaro Gahara, hailed the President for supporting Juakali enterprises such as salon operators, tailors, beauticians and nail technicians.
Kitongozeza SACCO y'aba salon operators mu Uganda, omukulembeze w'eggwanga agitongozezza ate ng'era yeeyamye okusupportinga SACCO ezo n'obukadde 100 buli SACCO. So njagala kumwebaza nnyo olw'okuteekayo obudde bwe n'okwagala ennyo abavubuka n'abakyala abakolera mu salon.
The Federation President Kamanyire Celestine thanked President Museveni for responding to the needs of salon operators and beauticians. He says the funding will improve access to finance and boost their businesses.
Across the country in 141 districts, we have registered members which is 100,000, 23,000. So members, those who are within the sector and we have not yet joined the federation. Today it has been our day. We have met the president and he has officiated this Federation of Uganda Salon and Beauty Professionals and our SACCOs, 150 SACCOs. And that means each SACCO he has put in 100 million.
The president also welcomed some members from the National Unity Platform Party who have crossed to National Resistance Movement Party. Crispus Arinitwe, UBC News.
In other news, the Prime Minister Robina Nabbanja has declared Kakumiro district ready to receive President Yoweri Museveni. Premier Nabbanja, who also serves as the Kakumiro Woman Member of Parliament, says the president is set to score over 90% of the vote compared to 87% in 2021 elections. President Museveni will campaign in Kakumiro on Monday, December 15th.
This is how motorcycle riders, popularly known as border operators, prepared to flood Kakumiro town. The mobilization was ahead of President Museveni's anticipated campaign visit. Dressed in the party's signature yellow, the supporters lined up in formations of 5.
Emisoro giri wansi nyate n'obuweereza ffeno tubuyina kyekyo ekimpagiza muzeeyi mukoma wange
ngaffe ebunyole ntuli bulungi nnyo ate kyemwebazaako kiri kimu mu Uganda temuli ntalo zonna ezirimu.
The official flag off was conducted by the Prime Minister herself. Leading by example, Nabbanja mounted a motorcycle and led the procession through Kakumiro town. She says the gesture symbolized the development the area has registered under President Museveni.
We have received a lot, we have got a lot of achievements from our government. As you can see, the tarmac roads. As you can see, we have schools. We have health centers. Most of all, the president has been coming here many times. So we are his friends. The people of Kakumiro feel they are part of Musei.
Nabbanja adds that Kakumiro's progress has attracted business people from outside the district.
Echokubanza munonga niza kubanza kusima President Museveni waresemerembe kurango nturgaho nitwija niwe investor nikolesa abantu abakorenga mu 12 mu Uganda yona ninye CEO wa Tim Bakery mu Uganda yona.
The president has given us peace. The president has been there for us, the people of Kakumiro. That's why we have roads, we have electricity. Out of 24 sub-counties, already 20 sub-counties have a health facility.
With the visible transformation, Nabbanja is confident the president's visit will be both politically rewarding and memorable.
People were complaining, why is he not coming? At last he's coming tomorrow. And I know there are some other areas where he has not gone. What I can tell them is to be patient.
We are here in Kakumiro preparing to receive our president tomorrow. We are very, very excited because as Bunyoro, the president has done a lot.
I want to use this opportunity to request and mobilize our people to come in big numbers tomorrow.
President Museveni is expected to conclude his Bunyoro sub-region campaigns in Kakumiro district on Monday, maintaining the message of protecting the gains. Henry Okrut, UBC.
Thank you, Henry. Now from Kakumiro, we head to Busoga sub-region, where President Yoweri Museveni has congratulated Dr. Lubale upon his consecration as the 4th Bishop of Busoga Diocese and thanked God for elevating him to this high office. Dr. Lubale was consecrated and enthroned by His Grace the Most Reverend Dr. Stephen Samuel Kazimba Mugalu, the Archbishop of the Church of Uganda, assisted by Bishop Onesmus Asimwe of North Kigezi Diocese at an event graced by the Vice President Jessica Alupo on behalf of the President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. The President explained that Dr. Lubale's election and consecration testify to his long-standing devotion to God and the Church.
The Son and the Holy Spirit.
I would like to read the message of His Excellency the President, and it goes as follows. I congratulate Reverend Canon Professor Grace Lubale upon your consecration as the 4th Bishop of Busoga Diocese. I thank God for your elevation to this high office and wish to join the Christian faithful to welcome and wish you a successful ministry in Busoga Diocese. I believe that the Lord, who chose you to serve in this capacity at this particular time, has prepared you to fulfill your mandate. Your election and consecration testify your long-standing devotion to God and the Church. I would like to commend your predecessors, specifically Bishop Naimahe, for their hard work and good leadership in the past in this diocese. I would like to thank the Church of Uganda for maintaining cordial relationship with the NRM government in working towards the socio-economic transformation of Uganda. The Church has exploited the private sector-friendly policies of NRM government to extend social services to all the people of Uganda. I appeal to the new bishop to mobilize all the Christians in the diocese to participate in the wealth and job creation campaign. The NRM government is ready to work with the Church and the other faith organizations to mobilize all Ugandans to join the fight against poverty at the household level and in all levels. Historically, the NRM has gained the reputation of being the vanguard of change and transformation. We led Ugandans to defeat illiteracy and the killer diseases. Therefore, it is clear that all the NRM-led struggles soon or later end in victory. The war against poverty will not be an exception. If all the people of Uganda listen to the advice of NRM. Therefore, if you want to build prosperous and stable homes, you must transition from subsistence farming to the modern money economy. However, these economic advantages that the NRM has created must be translated into jobs and wealth for the households in order for the development to be meaningful. Finally, I once again congratulate Reverend Canon Professor Grace Lubale upon your consecration and installation as the 4th Bishop of Busoga Diocese and wish you success in your future endeavors. I thank you all. Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, President of the Republic of Uganda.
The Forum for Democratic Change presidential candidate Nathan Nandala Mafabi has promised to tarmac Muhanga-Kisizi Road in Ruchiga district. While conducting campaign rallies in Ruchiga, Mafabi said this road will ease transport for people going to Kisizi Hospital.
The FDC presidential candidate Nathan Nandala Mafabi has opened a party office in Tungamo district to be used to recruit new members in the FDC party. after he held a campaign rally.
In our budget, we are going to make sure that everything for the religious is in the budget, approved by. You don't need to have to look for a president to give you an offer. No, nothing. Whether church, whether mosque, and whatever. And there will be also contributions every year towards capital development of churches, of religious institutions. That's basically, as you do to religious, as you do to cultural institutions, the same should happen to religious institutions.
Mafabi spent Sunday conducting campaign rallies in Ruchiga district, he from Mohanga to Ramchuchu sub-county, where he promised to tarmac the road.
district tugenda kugikolera kilomita bibiri by'enguudo ze bayita kolas nga beta abannayuganda batambula bulungi ne batonera ebintu byabwe bbeereberero.
At his first stopover in Bukinda, Mafabi encouraged the people of Ruchiga to grow more tea because it is a profitable crop.
Gavumenti n'egaana okubawa ssente kati mutanze n'okutema amajaani ate nga mukimanya amajaani galimu ssente nnyingi. Uganda emyaka gy'edda mwali mukimanya ebintu ebyaleetanga ssente byali bina ekyasooka pamba asabeka emwanyi n'odoka pamba n'odoka amajaani.
The candidate, accompanied by the chairman of FDC, Jack Sabiti Emuchiga, will hold campaign rallies in Rampara and Isinjiro districts.
In more news, Alliance for National Transformation presidential candidate General Mugisha Muntu has campaigned in Mukono and Buikwe districts, calling upon the people to vote for leaders who advocate for peace, transparency and food security. Muntu made stopovers in Jeru, Lugazi, Wantoni and Katosi, pledging to support border riders struggling with high loan interest rates from money lenders. He emphasized national planning for food security, underscoring Uganda's rate of population growth.
Kubanga lwaki oneesige kubanga nsobola okukola ebintu mu ngeri enaabeesaawo eddagala mu malwaliro enaabeesaa abasomesa okuweebwa ssente ensaamusaamu oba ezibagasa n'abakozi ba gavumenti.
Mu ntandikwa ya gavumenti eno Mugisha Muntu manyi nti walimu etukulembedde. Mugisha Muntu ekiseera ekisinga kyonna obadde ne pulezidenti aliko olwaleero. Olinayo ekintu kyosobola okugamba Bannayuganda nti ozo okirwanira ng'owabula pulezidenti n'akulemesa okyanukula abantu.
Kandidate bonna ekituufu oli wankizo. Era tusaba Mukama Katonda walyogerereke ensi eno ne mulwana ne kujjako gavumenti ziri ate ne mubanga mukyali balamu tusaba naawe akukozese akutuuse mu ntebe eyo.
Ebintu bingi biteekwa okukyuka ne transport system yennyini eteekwa okukyuka. Abantu weyongera wateekwa okubaawo ebintu bingi ebibaawo amayumba wateekwa okubaawo pulaani z'amayumba okuzimbibwa amasomero okugaziwa amalwaliro okugaziwa transport abamotoka ababodaboda ate n'okulaba nti buli muntu buli kintu kyonna ekyalimu nga kimuyimusa n'akulaakulana kubanga omuntu waba akulaakulana wonna waali n'eggwanga bwe likola ki oba oyagala omulala naye neesiga kubanga lwaki oneesige kubanga nsobola okukola ebintu mu ngeri enaabeesaawo eddagala mu malwaliro enaabeesaa abasomesa okuweebwa ssente ensaamusaamu oba ezibagasa n'abakozi ba gavumenti abaawumula bafune pensioni zaabwe nga kuliko ekkuwa ettambulukufu ly'okufuna ssente zaabwe. Omulimi, omuvubi, omulunzi bafune ssente ez'amagoba aga wansi. Kuba disipulini eva ku ntikko ne pulaani eziteekebwa mu ki mu nkola.
You're still a diligent viewer. We'll now take a short commercial break and return with more news.
The program has met our expectations in that it has been able to give us business.
They gave us a contract where we did a renovation at their head office.
MTN trained us in their procurement process and also the IT technology.
I was struggling with managing the finances of the company,
So when I went for that training, I was able to improve in financial literacy and management.
Are you a female entrepreneur looking to do business with MTN? Log on to www.mtn.co.ug/AWE. Together, our progress is unstoppable.
You see, I've been a painter for almost 4 decades. And I have found Global Paints to be very reliable. First, everyone knows we use Global Paint undercoat. Now, for the best results, I continue with Global Paints products. I go for Silk Vinyl when it comes to the interior. Then Global Matte for the ceiling. And when it comes to weatherproof, I go for Global Weather Coat Emulsion. With that one, the house will never peel. Now, there you have a sparkling, magical looking house. And then the client is very happy. He recommends it to another person who recommends me to another person who recommended me to come and do the advert.
Global Paint, a reliable product.
Kabogozi, where are you coming from?
From NSSF.
NSSF? You come all the way from Namavundi to get NSSF services. Lekanawe. You work with the era. NSSF is now everywhere. Come on, I show you. You can register for NSSF. How contribute to your Simate life? Now deep down in the Barara. Make NSSF payments. No wahala okubekarangala. NSSF sure is not far. But tomorrow kuhika gotido. Enjoy NSSF from where you are.
Access NSSF services right where you live. With over 20,000 quick teller agents across Uganda, now you can conveniently register yourself, make NSSF payments and contributions to your Smart Life account to Ubeda. NSSF, a better life.
This season, Pearl Bank brings the magic a little closer with Purple Santa, spreading joy across our branches. Genuine laughter, warm interactions, and shared moments that remind us our purpose is rooted in the people we serve. From surprises to smiles, these are the moments we'll forever cherish. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year from Pearl Bank, formerly Post Bank.
This is our home, our land, our Uganda. From the rolling hills to the busy streets, from the farmers in the fields to the students in classrooms, we are one people. Elections are a time to choose our leaders, not to fight our brothers and sisters. When violence enters the ballot box, the future of our country is wounded. But when peace leads the way, our nation grows stronger. On election day, choose unity over diversion, respect over hatred, and dialogue over distraction. Love your country, protect your fellow citizens, stand for peace, and say no to electoral violence. This message is brought to you by the Global Election Observation Mission, GEOM, in partnership with the Uganda Electoral Commission. Informed citizens, strong nation.
Your way to Morocco with Uganda Cranes and MTN. Simply buy a Gaga bundle by dialing *100*0# and stand a chance to win a fully paid trip to Morocco. Gaga your way to Morocco with Uganda Cranes and MTN. Together, our fire is unstoppable. Fire! MTN. Terms and conditions apply. MTN Uganda is regulated by Uganda Communications Commission.
Welcome back. The Deputy Secretary General at the NRM Secretariat, Rose Namayanja, has urged the people of Mubende to turn up in big numbers ahead of President Museveni's campaign trail in Buganda region. Namayanja made the remarks at the Youth and Leaders Engagement meeting held in Mubende.
ate era wano tulinawo n'abavubuka ba Youth Council omwenda omwenda era abakola Greater Mubende namwe musobola okusitukako
the members of NRM in Greater Mbende, in Buganda region, but also countrywide, to ensure that we work together in unison, we work as a team. The opposition does not win because NRM is weak. They win because we fragment, we divide our votes. So I want to call upon each of the members of NRM to put aside anything that may divide them, to ensure that for the sake of the 15th of January, we first win this election massively. We are not just targeting to win this election, but we want a resounding victory for the party because of the gains that have been achieved, and we can only articulate these gains. We can only tell the young people what has been done over the years by working together, by sharing this information, and by ensuring that we call upon each other on voting day, right from the villages, to ensure that they all turn up at the polling stations to increase the voter turn-up, but also increase the number of votes that we get in this region.
In other news, NRM leaders in Masaka have called for investigations into the whereabouts of Father Sekabida Deos, whose disappearance has raised concern among party leaders and residents. The remarks were made during a meeting with the director of NRM Mobilization, Rosemary Saninde, who was meeting NRM leaders in Masaka as part of preparations for upcoming party activities in the region. UBC's Kaye brings you the details.
The meeting held in Masaka town brought together senior party leaders, mobilizers and members of parliament.
Look at President Museveni as the person who will be able to take this country forward. He has the vision for the future of this country. So I call upon you to vote for President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni and to support him. The people of Masaka will receive him warmly when he comes to have his rallies.
It was graced by Bamulanga Chisembeja, the former Minister of Defense, who emphasized the need for unity, discipline and calm among party members during this sensitive season.
Okwebaza banna Masaka banna Buddu okutwalira wamu era n'okusingira ddala be wange Kalungu olw'okutulaga omukwano mu kiseera kino abantu abamazima bonna balabye nti kituufu NRM kyeyali bagamba kye kituufu. NRM yeyinza okubatuusa ku birungi kubanga bebawaako omukisa nga babibiina birala balabye nga tebalina kye bayinza kukola.
Nze nga host flag bearer ow'ekitiibwa President omwagala w'abangi ajjanga 22 December wali mu Liberation Square. Omusajja oyo musajja muteefu, musajja mukulu, musajja amanyi ekyama, musajja alina emmizi, musajja n'abazungu gwe bamanyi nti bwe tuba tudiringa n'omuntu ono tuba tudiringa n'omusajja omugezi. Ye musajja ali mu mulimu ogwamutonderwa mu kulembezi. Tayiya, tapanga, tapalapalanya. He is a leader.
Leaders urged security agencies and party authorities to come out clearly and explain Father Sekabida's Deos's whereabouts.
Tuyina ekizibu kimu okukwatibwa kwa Father kyabulabe nnyo, kiturendinze nnyo, kituvumisa, kitulabisa. Newankubadde nga wayinza okubaawo ensobi ezaakoleddwa oba ebigobererwa mu mateeka, wonna waali Father aveeyo alagibwe. Ekizibu kye tulina Father ava Kalangala, wenva mu district mwenva, kyabulabe ffe nga NRM tukivumirira.
I've learnt about the father who was taken in. Some people are calling it kidnap. We need to understand this father, and I believe our security organs will be able to guide on this. We shall be able to know more about this, because it's very difficult to talk about something that we have not comprehended in regard to security matters. So we hope the security personnel or the security organs will be able to help the country understand what is going on and what went wrong or what is happening, so that there can be fair hearing in case it requires courts of law.
Rosemary Seninde appealed for unity among NRM leaders, assuring them that the matter would be followed up through the right channels. However, UPDF has confirmed it is holding further doors Sekabira, saying the matter is under investigation and further details will be communicated in due course. Sudat Kaye, UBC News.
Thank you, Sudat Kaye, for that report. Now, the Unstoppable UG Caravan has reached Mubende district to mobilize for the re-election of the President, Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, in the forthcoming general elections of 2026. The caravan is reinforcing the NRM mobilization in the central region to reclaim support, having organized border processions in the district and youth-oriented podcasts about reasons for the protection of the gains achieved by the NRM government.
Today, this was our first time to enter into Buganda region, and Unstoppable, as you know, that we go ahead by the President. I want to inform the country that the reception was good here in Kasambia. I want to thank the Mubende people. I want to thank the Honorable Kabanda for good mobilization.
The NRM did not perform so well in Buganda last time. There was a bit of a wave, especially amongst the young people. And as you have seen, Unstoppable, we have moved around, engaged the young people in a conversation, distributed some materials, helmets, T-shirts, capes. We had some musicians performing today. We are trying to rally the young people to come back to the movement. So we think this time around the movement is going to perform much better than they did.
Oh, the NRM government will score much within the Buganda region.
Now, the Vice President, Jessica Alupo, has described the first graduation ceremony of Soroti University as a historic milestone for both the institution and the country, calling on graduates to play an active role in Uganda's development through innovation, discipline, and service. Speaking on behalf of the President at the university's maiden graduation ceremony, Alupo also warned fresh graduates against reckless lifestyles.
I thank Professor John Robert Ikoja Odongo for inviting me to attend and officiate at this historic occasion of the first graduation ceremony of Soroti University. This is a proud moment not only for today's graduates and their families, but also the entire country. On behalf of the government and on my own behalf, I wish to congratulate the first cohort of students upon the successful completion of their studies at this great institution of learning. You hold a special place in the university history as the pioneering students and graduates. This country is waiting for your contribution in the respective fields, where you have ably qualified. I thank the parents and guardians for their unwavering support to the graduates. I also want to appreciate the university management and staff for their patriotic contribution to the human resources development in Uganda. For us in NRM, we consider education as the primer for the development, like the needle in the gun that activates the bullet to go forward. This is why the NRM continues to prioritize investments in the education sector with great focus on science and technology-related fields. I am happy to observe that the curriculum of Soroti University is aligned with the NRM's goal of promoting science and innovation. The development of science and technology causes changes in society. Scientific inventions have always equipped human beings with greater capacity to establish control over nature. This has helped to advance the survival and prosperity of communities. Uganda is not an exception. We need more engineers, doctors, nurses, science teachers. Europe, America, and Asia have entered into the age of the fourth industrial revolution, the use of intelligent machines. Where is Africa? Where is Africa's contribution? Therefore, I want to appeal to the parents and teachers to guide our children to select careers in science and technology. However, even the students that have graduated in the humanities can reorient themselves towards acquiring practical skills and competencies that are required in the job market. Finally, I would like to encourage the graduates to stay healthy in order to make meaningful contribution to the prosperity of their families and our country. I urge you to avoid reckless and dangerous lifestyles such as drunkenness, smoking, sexual promiscuity, etc., which can predispose you to many diseases and complications. You can only be resourceful to your families and Uganda if you stay healthy. Once again, I congratulate you all and wish you success in your careers. I thank you. Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, President of the Republic of Uganda.
Your way to Morocco with Uganda Cranes and MTN. Simply buy a Gaga bundle by dialing *100*0# and stand a chance to win a fully paid trip to Morocco. Gaga your way to Morocco with Uganda Cranes and MTN. Together, our fire is unstoppable. Fire! MTN. Terms and conditions apply. MTN Uganda is regulated by Uganda Communications Commission.
In the heart of East Africa, Uganda is on a transformative journey to develop its oil and gas resources responsibly and sustainably. Uganda's bustling oil and gas frontier comprises 4 major projects. The Tilenga project will produce up to 190,000 barrels of oil per day. The Kingfisher project will produce up to 40,000 barrels of oil per day. The East African Crude Oil Pipeline, which is the world's most technologically smart oil pipeline that will transport Uganda's crude oil from Uganda to the East African coast. At Kabalega Industrial Park, the Uganda Refinery project will transform crude oil into fuel for homes, industries and progress. It is not only about oil and gas revenues. It is also about opportunities for jobs, training and acquiring skills, enterprise development and technology transfer, with Ugandans at the heart of this development. Uganda is protecting its natural heritage and rich biodiversity while advancing its bright energy future. With investment of close to $20 billion, Uganda's oil and gas projects will provide energy to power Uganda's development and boost growth in agriculture, transport, tourism, manufacturing, infrastructure, and beyond. This is Uganda's journey toward energy security, economic growth, and a brighter future. At the heart of regulating these developments for the last 10 years stands the Petroleum Authority of Uganda, with a mission of creating lasting value in Uganda's oil journey.
Power your moment. Techno, the global partner of AFCON 2025.
And now in business, the parish development model continues to transform lives across Uganda, and in the Teso sub-region, the impact is steadily being felt. From crop farming to livestock rearing, hundreds of households are using PDM funds to rebuild their livelihoods and secure their futures. We have a report.
The parish development model continues to transform lives across Uganda, and in the Teso sub-region, the impact is steadily being felt. From crop farming to livestock rearing, hundreds of households are using PDM funds to rebuild their livelihoods and secure their future. Katakri district has 20 lower administrative units with a total of 131 parishes and wards. Out of these, 109 are currently benefiting, while 22 are yet to receive support. As of October 2025, over 33 billion shillings had been capitalized, with more than 32.8 billion shillings disbursed to 32,879 households, representing a 99.6% disbursement rate. In Aliakaber Parish, Aputon village, the story of Arek in Nassan stands as a powerful example of change.
Abunga dome Paris model, Emilionite diope, Asodengo Aguela Emucheri, Lenukumina Quatare, Karakisaka seeds, Aguela Rengo Ipukoi Etomon, the Unengare, Anubarache Kirusini. Asodenga Adumone. Adumuna isirigino adonse million emiliote do pekara kwatakai na hari kapunu ne tosomengo anoya ngara kene dwe ashomana ka edwe akota shalamike na pugani no ya depart na president Museveni ano ayaone e program le joka kere e PDM ano alem ne twani lo kwop kujua keon.
From Otuku village in Angolingol, Ibala Vincent chose sheep farming.
Ageona adumne isirigini ngulu. Eringa barenga dumuni singa yenge jotene rono. Mama ngapera jura na kina nyamoto mokale. Mama ngapera tela jarada. Ama menga jo kisoto mokale. Ko ina dumuni isirigini ngulu. Ja kwa na kina la jara to mokale. Anyame nga la jara. E boye nga la jara. Idio bore kele na koto kina ngadumun. Ate yaka ui. Alemuni ngibo borare bona gwelari. Adumne ngibore na koto yango.
What began as a small flock has grown into a steady source of income, enabling him to pay school fees and support his household. Soroti district operates 25 circles with 922 registered enterprises in the last 3 years. The district has received over 7.6 billion shillings with 99.4% disbursement rate, reaching 7.78% beneficiaries, most of them being women.
The community, some of those who this actually who receive the money and utilize the money properly, they are able to pay back that money easily.
Women like Achalo Jane Francis have turned opportunity into a thriving business.
I received 1 million from PDM, and out of that money, I bought 200 chicks. That was 600,000, and I kept 400 for me to keep those chickens up to 1 month. So when I sold those chickens, I got 750,000 Uganda shillings as profit.
Others like Achiro Betty ventured into goat rearing, while Akelo Florence grew from sheep to cattle, showing resilience and determination. In Ngora district, over 22.3 billion shillings has been disbursed to more than 22,000 households, boasting at a performance rate of 99.9%. Aperosideo Grashas turned passion fruit farming into a profitable business.
Idue asho man mapatana. Jasika adue kunya shomite government school. Kunya kopane shomite kisda private schools. Alo city apere ngoda alo stage kwa ngode gai lelai. Gonene jana riboro. Ja ngode jasi lights. Je TV, je radio, borong kira mamete ngo. Atamti bonga dukunto ko konye mamela darete konye lada kwa nengo ya plan do Canada attacking do badukunu le la peringo marakin match ko do mon balado balandi store do kan.
The profits have brought electricity, running water, and better education for his children. But the road has not been without challenges.
Then in terms of production, we are lowly staffed. One production staff or extension worker has to cover about 7,000 people, which is practically impossible to do. It's an impossible task to do.
Limited staffing continues to affect a close supervision. Kumi district has disbursed more than 42.8 billion shillings to over 42,000 households, with women, youth, the elderly and persons with disabilities benefiting. Omunyokol Michael invested in sheep, growing his stock to more than 20.
Kisi challenges we jasi kabudo no pe kokolak ko nyama mo wona ray community depends upon the union a security le district kala le ke sabu county da a reje security le doliti polo ki kido ko nyo itongale kokoete ko do ne disare security ni stapter kokolak no ne parse kadno polo kay do da parse kadno e tourisme nesi dilare kokolak ko da kokoy borumuna na do muni.
Road accidents and livestock theft remain a major setback.
Bunga gwala America kina kan konyo poto uriata kaisara no kan konyo uriata kaisara no kan nguna bunga gwala barachi anu esemeru kese polidana kapana America kina tomona kanyewu kese pola kota kwana America kina tomona kanyewu nguno ai pitikiesi nguni ganga kitosho ngarene ai tosho midwe kedaboda tietio kishokere.
Akayo Betty combined livestock keeping with crop farming to support her family. Despite the progress, some beneficiaries are absent from their homes, poorly manage enterprises, or divert funds for personal use. Others have changed enterprises or relocated, making follow-up difficult. Livestock theft, road accidents, low market prices, high livestock costs, and harsh weather conditions continue to slow the progress.
There were some challenges found, especially in urban centers, whereby the population are high. So they were requesting the government to at least increase on the money sent to urban centers.
The NRM government has brought a very serious strategy to get people out of poverty.
The parish development model is proving to be a powerful tool for grassroots transformation in the Teso region. With stronger monitoring, added resources and sustainable commitment, more households stand a chance to rise out of poverty. Jamila Oluka for UBC TV.
And now in our sports news, the 8th Joshua Cheptegei Sebe football tournament has kicked off in Bukuo district, focusing on talent identification, youth empowerment, and the fight against gender-based violence. The annual event uses football to nurture boys and girls' talent across the Sebe sub-region.
And its foundation, attention is now being expanded to other sports disciplines.
Out of this initiative, we are able to harness talent which had not been identified in this region. Apart from him promoting athletics, he has also gone ahead to identifying another talent through football.
Regional leaders and sports officials have welcomed the initiative, describing it as a major milestone in the development of sports and youth talent in the region.
We'll be able to see our young people excelling, identifying talents. After here, we shall be in Kapchorwa. After Kapchorwa, we'll have teams from the national FUVA identifying our young talents.
Besides athletics, we also have people who can play football very well. But you are not able to identify these people if we do not have a foundation, a forum like this one. So this is a very good platform.
At the official ceremony held at a Manang playground in Bukuo district, the foundation chief executive officer Abraham Kiprimo emphasized that football is also being used as a tool to amplify the fight against gender-based violence.
We have come out to tell our people that that culture should not continue. Our girl child should be better than being circumcised, and we give them equal opportunities.
Local leaders, including Tete Chelengat, have praised the tournament, noting that it plays a critical role in community sensitization and in promoting the rights and dignity of women and girls.
I welcomed this tournament today because it has been very important. Me as a mother, I see it as something beneficial to the women, especially we, the women of Sebei or the women of Pupo, who have been practicing FGM, that is gender-based violence against women.
The foundation is supplementing the programs of the government to see that we plant over 40 million trees by 2030 so that we can go green in Uganda.
The Joshua Cheptegei Sebei football tournament remains an annual platform aimed at uniting communities, nurturing talent, and mobilizing the region towards social transformation and sustainable development. This report was compiled by Mohamed Iga for UBC News.
The inaugural Stanbic Bank Junior Golf Championship has climaxed at the Par 72 Uganda Golf Club, Chitante. Our reporter has the details.
Downpour in Kampala was organized by Uganda Ladies Golf Union.
From the union perspective, the game can only be grown in one of many ways, and one of it is through families. And you know, you introduce, if I'm a father, I'll introduce my son to the game, my daughter to the game, and I think it's really a family game at the end of the day. If a parent knows how to play the game, the children will definitely pick the interest.
It registered a record 170 plus players who contested in various categories.
We are building a strong foundation so that we can have some of these kids play on the DP World Tour, on the PGA Tour, on the LPGA Tour, and all the other international tours.
The overall youth winner was Elvis Mugurusi. Juanta Nanyombi was the girls' net winner, while Ben Wamono bettered the boys.
What inspires us to bring this team is, one, they are talented, they play very well, and this golf tournaments give them opportunity to learn new skills but also get exposure around the country.
The overall gross player title went to Laura Natukunda in the girls, while Robert Masawa, who rallied for funding of upcountry players, was the best boy.
It's first day to play here in Kampala. The thing was nice, my game was good. Even the greens was nice, because I like the course, but our course is not okay. We like only sponsors to help us.
There were players from various clubs across the country, including Imbale, Fort Portal, Kasese, Lugazi, and Namuronge, among others.
Most of the times I've been playing very badly, but today I played really well.
I came and I managed to play 17 holes, and from the 17 holes I played 10 over, front I played 6, and back I managed to play 4 over.
Today my game was very okay. On the first hole, it was very perfect, and also on the second one, and I really want to thank God for everything, and also I really like to thank Stanbic Bank for sponsoring this game, and I hope there are many more like this coming up.
This golf tournament was graced by National Council of Sports Assistant General Secretary Milton Chebet, who acknowledges the role of juniors in sport.
We know there are many other students out there who need to reach Kampala and also play the game. So as Shekana Glory Christian International School, we support talent, and golf is one of the games that we support.
Others rewarded include Eseza Kemigisha, David Kamega, Rachel Kabugo, Daniel Intale, and Brian Mande.
Okay, stay there. Those who can't fit in the picture.
And that brings us to the end of our first edition of UBC News Tonight Bulletin. My name is Moureen Babirye with my colleague on sign language, Mohammed Mogalu. Be sure to catch us for the second edition at 10 p.m. Goodbye for now.
UBC, inspiring Uganda.
In the heart of East Africa, Uganda is on a transformative journey to develop its oil